Have you ever wanted to play as a cat in a post-apocalyptic cyberpunk world? Well, today I have a great experience that delivers just that very fantasy. Hello guys, welcome to a new Ace Ice review. I know it has been a very long time and I've been pretty busy on the Get Rekt gaming news channel. Go there if you want to see some awesome gaming news. But today I will have a new review finally for you guys. Stray. Is it a good game? Is it worth your money? Let's talk about that. First of all, Stray is a indie AA title from Annapurna Interactive. I've never played a game from them, so this is my first time. And I have to say that it's more on a smaller scale budget game, but Stray is definitely up there with the other AAA titles that I have played over the last year or so when it comes to the graphics. The game has beautiful aesthetic lighting, right from a Blade Runner cyberpunk-esque setting that will never grow old or tiresome to look at. And the same can be said about the different robot character models you will see in the game. The cats themselves also look fine and really cat-like with the right animations. That's how a cat would basically behave in real life. It's basically a cat simulator, but that's the thing. It's more than just a cat simulator. The game runs well on PlayStation 5 with almost no frame drops or bugs. However, I have not tested this with PC or PlayStation 4, so you should still look up some of the other reviews if you plan to play on those platforms specifically, because I've only played it on PlayStation 5. The soundtrack for the game is fitting and it gives a lovely, lonely sci-fi atmosphere that I really appreciate. None of the individual soundtracks though really interested me to listen to it outside of the game, which I do sometimes have with other games, especially JRPGs. Of course, this is a totally different beast, but it has some really good music. The game performs well because of it, and it gives enough of a job to enhance the overall experience. I was never really a cat person to begin with. I am more of a dogs person in real life, shall I say. But after playing this game, I've come to more appreciation for cats in general. There is almost no combat in the game, so if that turns you off, then this might not be for you. But that doesn't mean the game can be very tense. In fact, in a number of times, it's very tense with action chase scenes and smart stealth sections that are a delight to play. You have this enemy type called the Zerg, which are a little small monsters that will chase you around to get a little bite of the cat's tail, shall I say. You can fight them off a bit with a special UV light that you will get on your journey. But there isn't really any real form of combat next to that. It's a lot of stealth sequences and basically you need to try to survive and get from point A to point B with puzzles in between. But the real star of Stray, in my opinion, is the vertical exploration that is perfectly made for a cat environment. The world space has lots of collectibles and lore that you will basically piece together yourself how the overall narrative is. And the level design is especially made for the cat and it feels very natural to explore. They were going with this idea from the beginning that they wanted to make a game around a cat, and so the level design complements this as well. I already mentioned that you have these puzzles in the game, and they are not very hard to solve by any means, but it's a breath of fresh air that enhances the gameplay experience. The gameplay in Stray is very simple and not overly complicated in any way. And that's a good thing for this type of game that it wants to be. Everyone can play this, and everyone can basically understand it. And that's a very good game design. My only real gripe with this game so far is that there is no manual save option, and because there are basically these frustrating checkpoints, and I don't really know how the autosave system works. It's a bit weird, and sometimes you can miss a big chunk of the game that you will have to do again because of a small mistake you made, of course, and you will die. And then it's a bit frustrating that I can't just manual save up until a puzzle that I don't have to walk a very long distance again to do that specific puzzle or stealth section. But that's really it, to be honest. The basic premise of Stray is pretty interesting. The game throws a lot of questions your way without really answering a lot of them. You will meet nice characters along the way, most notably the companion robot that has its own secrets that you will find out, but none of the characters you will meet felt really outstanding in any way. But they are mostly well written, and this is because, of course, they are robots, and how do you make a robot interesting? Because most of the time they don't have much emotions, but they do try with good writing, and that's already a plus in my opinion. I do feel that the game is ultimately a bit on the short side, only clocking in at around 5 to 6 hours when I rolled the credits. However, I do feel pretty satisfied with the overall journey, and the story pacing was pretty fast enough to fit lots of stuff in that small 6-hour playtime. So when it comes to value, because the game costs around $30, I do think you will get your value out of it, but I also see some people maybe being disappointed with the runtime. I do wish some of the lore aspects were a bit more fleshed out, especially when it comes to the Zergs, which left me a bit unsatisfied with its conclusion. Stray intentionally leaves some of the plot points open to interpretation of the player. Luckily, it does have a pretty good ending in my opinion, so you can look forward to that, and it gives hope to a rather bleak post-apocalyptic setting. Stray is a really fun smaller scale game that is more than just a cat simulator. With an interesting post-apocalyptic premise and really fun vertical exploration gameplay, you will feel actually like a cat on a journey. And it's definitely a game with a lot of heart and character. It has some small missteps with its story length, but in the end I walked away pretty satisfied, especially at a lower $30 price point that it sells at. And it's a must play for cat lovers. Stray scores a 8.5 out of 10 with a scale score to 8. Now, did you guys enjoy this review, this Ace Eyes review? Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys have played Stray yourself. Also, let me know your experience with the game. Do you agree, disagree? Of course, like this video, that would be amazing. Subscribe, that would be amazing. Also, visit our other channels, Get Rekt. I've been posting a lot on that channel. Also, visit the website aceeyes.com. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.